The X-Men movies have laid a lot of groundwork for today's superhero movie landscape, so we figured it would be a great time to assess the franchise as a whole. We've got the good, the bad, and the origins. Let's rank the X-Men movies. Bringing up the rear is X-Men Origins Wolverine, Hugh Jackman's first solo outing as the Clawed One. Rather than truly dive into Logan's deep backstory, the film is like X-Men Light. Overstuffed with mutant characters it's hard to care about, dull, and too divergent from the key aspects of the comics. If only we could take an amnesia bullet like Wolverine and forget about this one. X-Men The Last Stand, the third X film, certainly has its moments, but its mishandling of the classic Dark Phoenix saga from the comics is a big negative. And quite frankly, it's hard to care about any of the characters amid the non-great special effects and lame action. Like its 80s set storyline, X-Men Apocalypse is really all about building for the future, ensuring several more X-Men movies can be made. Approached squarely on those terms, it's a lot of fun, and the new cast are likable and take well to their iconic roles. But if you're expecting a more direct continuation of First Class and Days of Future Past, you might be disappointed. The first film in the franchise, 2000's X-Men, deserves credit for helping shape the then fledgling modern superhero film genre. That said, X-Men hasn't aged as well as one might hope, particularly when viewed in this golden age of superhero movies we're currently living in. But director Bryan Singer made what he has work, and the arrival of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in and of itself was a win for the film and the series that followed. Hugh Jackman's second solo Wolverine film definitely atoned for its lackluster predecessor. The Wolverine smartly takes the haunted, immortal Logan off on his own adventure, giving the character an almost James Bond-like arc that is exciting and mostly grounded. Unfortunately, the picture derails a bit in the third act with the giant CG robot suits and such, but still, this film proves that Wolverine truly is the best there is at what he does. Wade Wilson was revived on the big screen in this hit movie full of amusing one-liners, stylish action, and heaps of fan service. Weak villains and an unsatisfying revenge plot ultimately hold it back from being something more distinctive, but Deadpool delivers a large dose of unwholesome fun. One of the reasons it works is Ryan Reynolds' charismatic performance, which isn't easy considering how much of the film he spends in a full-body costume. Days of Future Past, much like its mutant heroes, beats the odds and successfully merges the cast of both the original series and the First Class team. And in the process, this classic comics plot is deftly and smartly adapted for the screen. This is also the most epic of X-Men films, a time-spanning, ambitiously rendered conflict not just of super people, but also ideas. The truth is that the franchise was in trouble after The Last Stand and X-Men Origins Wolverine, but First Class brought it back to life with a prequel/semi-reboot approach that featured all new actors in the tale of Xavier and Magneto's early days. First Class brought a fresh, stylish, and exciting feel to the aging franchise, allowing it to rise from the creative ashes. X2 took the world created by Bryan Singer in the first film and broadened it, while also hinting at grander things to come. Full of great action sequences and a growing cast, X2 also gets to the heart of the X-Men's thematic strength, the idea of outcasts. Outcasts hated and feared by the world they are sworn to protect, and we love them for it. What are your favorite X-Men movies? Let us know in the comments, and for all things X-Men, keep it locked to IGN.